Hello and welcome to another section of Conquering freeCodeCamp curriculum. In this section we're going to look at the second project of the data visualization certification. Yesterday we finished the first project, which was visualize data with a bar chart. We had one test which didn't really want to work well. So I posted a comment on the forum to see why that happened, and we got back a answer. So let me go back to forum and see if that helps. We got an answer from Igor. He said that we should use ScaleTime for your x-axis instead of scale linear. I've stumbled upon the same issue and this has fixed it for me. If you haven't seen ScaleTime before, you should be able to learn how to use it from D3.js docs at this point. Okay, D3 time parse and D3 time format. It will help you with converting strings to JavaScript data objects, and you're gonna need it to find min and max values, min and max dates with D3 min and D3 max. Learning ScaleTime seems a must to me, since it's gonna be used in future D3 projects as well. Now, I'd say before we move on to the next project, learn here. Let's see this project and try to fix it. So it was on CodePen. Hopefully it's saved. And then we can move on to the next one, which hopefully, if we manage to find out why this project didn't work well, hopefully that one will work better. So let's see, dashboard, this one. I'm going to post it in the chat. If you are in live, then you can see that. All right. Now, if we run the tests, you can see that we're passing only 13, and we have this issue of the data date attribute and its corresponding bar element should align with the corresponding value on the x-axis. So the time here apparently is not aligned as they wanted it. So let's use what Igor said here, ScaleTime. Let's go to D3, D3 documentation. Can we find something? Okay. API. And hopefully we're going to learn that D3 time. Okay, I already forgot what it was. ScaleTime. So ScaleTime. Create a linear square from time for time. All right. We created ScaleTime and we pass in the new date. All right. Text new date. Invert. All right. So this is pretty much the same as our scale, which was, let's see, on the X. It just was scale linear. And then we did this convert date to year, just to pass in the date with 0.25 or 0.5 or like decimals. So let's change that scale linear to ScaleTime. Okay, you can see already that our scale changed. which is interesting. Now, what we want to do? We want to remove this. Let's just comment it out for now. And the mapping. And also the third parameter here. Like that. D3. Okay. So data map, we return an array. D0, D1. Okay. So I guess this. Great stuff. Takes in the data. Alright. And now instead of doing D2 here, we're going to do D0. But we're going to need to convert it to a new date. So let's see. New date. If you remember, we sort of had something similar to this on the project they were completed. Okay, so you can see now we get those years, which is great. Now we need to pass the D0 here on the scale. And it should no? D0, oh, okay, D0, probably new date of D0. Alright, look at that. So now we have this, and it works from our new scale, which is a ScaleTime. Hopefully now it will pass the tests. Fingers crossed. Yeah, look at that. Awesome. So again, thanks to Igor Silva. I'm going to mark this as a solution and replied, it worked. Thank you very much. Okay, awesome. So that was an easy fix. See if you know about your tools. It's much easier to fix them. Alright. We can go to the next project, which will be not this, Scatterplot Graph. We will have something like this. Okay, you can see that we have time here also. Years and also time by minutes and seconds. So that will be interesting. Let's see what we need to do. Okay, D3, title, 2 axes, dots. Each dot should have properties x value, y value, should be within the range of the actual data and in the correct format. For the data x value, integers, full years or date objects and acceptable for test evaluation. For y value, minutes, use date object. Okay. Data x should align. Okay, so this issue which we had yesterday. I can see multiple tick labels on the y-axis with MS time format. I can see tick labels on the x-axis that show the year. I can see that the range of the x-axis labels are within the range. Okay. I can see a legend. I can move mouse over an area. Let's see. Okay, so we need to create also this tooltip. Alright. Tooltip should have a data, the year property. And here's the data set. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so we have an array of objects. Time, pace, place, seconds, and year. Alright. Good. So that's that. Now, how we're going to create this? I guess we can use what we had in the previous project. So let's open that up again. Some of the things at least. So we don't write all the code again. Alright. View in editor. We can remove this because it's not used anymore. Okay. Oh, also this R, we tried to see why it's not working, so that can be removed. X and everything. Okay, 0, right. So that should be our final code. Let's see, does this still pass the tests? Okay, now let's go here, fork this ScaleTime project to have the tool. So fork. We don't need this, we need this tool to test. So we fork that project and let's import D3. Okay. Did we have anything here? I guess we could use some of this styling, HTML. We can use also this. Let's be organized. So this is how it should look. This is our first project, this is the data, and this is our API. Okay, change this to visualize data with a scatter plot chart, right? That's the name. The graph, not chart. Scatterplot graph. All right. Now let's paste in the API URL there, and we're going to do the same. We need to create a tooltip. We also need to loop to get the data from the API. So let's get those. The tooltip and the data will be from this API. Now, okay, for now it's okay. We won't have a data on the rest. We're going to have, let's see, just an array of objects. Okay, so just the rest will be an array. Create stuff. Okay, we don't need this. Going to need to map over the array probably, and we're going to send an array of something. We'll see in a second what. The years and the times. I'm not sure if we can pass in the strings, so keep closing tabs. So we need a time and the year. We can see that if that doesn't work, we are going to also pass in the seconds. So we convert the seconds to time, if that's the case. Kayla, and then how are you? Alright, so let's take those, time and year for now. Let's create an array, and we'll have D, which will be, let's just create the tree for now. R dot time and R dot year. Time and year. All right. Good. Hey Adrian, welcome. How are you? Okay, now create stuff. We don't have this function, so let's create it. We will have the same padding, width and height. That's fine. So let's copy this over. Next, let's see. The scales. Alright, I guess we can create the scales, but we'll just change it around. Instead of scale linear, we're going to use ScaleTime on both. Okay, for now, that's good. We need to see the min and max here and probably convert the data to a new date. Can we do that here? New date. So we just pass in directly the date. So this one, the X, should have the 0, not the 1 now. The 1 and the 1. Okay. With the paddings, alright. And the Y scale, that should be the 0. Let's see here. So it starts, oh, so it's reversed from the fastest to the well, slowest, and the year here. All right. Good. Next thing, let's add the header, dropping, whatever they say here. Where's the project? Oops, H1. Then it says, thanks, just finished a quick temperature converter using Bootstrap. Nice. Akam says, I think you missed the data prop on res. Okay, I'll check it in a second. I also want to copy over this container with the tooltip. So we have that, and we're going to add in the SVG inside. Let's see what says. Akam. So I think you missed the data prop on res. Which line? Not sure which line do you mean. Also, while we're here, let's console.log our data just to see how it looks. Should be an array of arrays. Okay, time and object date. Perfect. Line 7. Res date. We don't need the data on this res because you can see here it's directly an array, so we don't need the data. We use the data here in the bar chart because let's see at the JSON. In the JSON we had an object and the data array. So that's why we had data in this example. All right. So we paste in the H1, also the tooltip and stuff. Let's add the CSS, padding, rect we won't have, tooltip. Okay. So these should almost all go, just to have the same styling, except the rect here. Instead of the rect, we'll have circles. Don't worry, Akam, it's fine. Good question, always good to ask questions. All right, so we have that. Now, let's create our SVG. We create our SVG with this. Select, we get the container. We append an SVG and then we add the width and the height. And look at that, we have our SVG. Next, we need to create the circles. Well, actually, let's create the axis so we can see what data we have on the axis. All right. Okay, close enough. Now, the issue will be here we changed the height, well, the position of the scale. So, also the 0L time doesn't really know what is it. Can we, if we're going to say new date, will it know what's this new date? Okay, it will be an object date. Let's see in the console, we can see if is an actual good date or not. Invalid date, yep. Now we need to see how we can create a date. Well, actually just times in a date. So maybe we need to create a string with the year, the day, the month or something, and for the time we're just going to say, let's see, we have now where is it? Here, new date of airtime. Our airtime is just this string, and apparently is not good enough. So let's add, well, I'm going to put this aside here so we can see it here. And now I'm going back. Okay, so it's bigger. Good, so we need this airtime, but we also need, not sure what they expect. So let's put 2010, 0101 and the time. And hopefully this will be a valid time this time. Alright, look at that. So now we have Friday, January 1st, 2010. We don't really care about the years. We only care about the minutes and the seconds, which is good. Probably, let's create a small function. Convert min and seconds. Convert min and seconds. That should be fine. And we get in a string, and we're going to return this. Well, actually, let's just return all of this. Okay, so we pass in a string, and we get back this time. Alright, because we're going to need this convert function when we're passing in the data from the plot. Oh, and look at that. Now it shows the years. We want to say it show the minutes, and need to see how to do that. Alright, but first let's change this now to work with our time. What's happening? Something is not right. Oh, we have a parenthesis here. Good. Now, the Y scale should go from what? From the D3 min to the D3 max of that, right? So yeah, sort of. And this from the min and max. Okay, so we have a range. Let's do that. So the D3 should go from min of data to the max. That, and also here we should have like that. So now it was upside down, so let's fix that. Good. There is something, but it's not the way we want it. We want it to show the minutes and the seconds. How can we do that? Let's check the documentation. DT documentation. API. And here scales time. ScaleTime. Okay. Time range. Set the output range. Domain. Set the input. Fix. Compute. Nice. Copy. We need to change the ScaleTime so it will work with the following times that are considered automatic ticks. 1-50. Okay. What if we want to create ticks time minute every 15? We want to create ticks for every minutes and seconds. Oh, tick format. We can format something. Okay. But where do we pass this? Let's see. Tick format, count specifier, interval specifier. Returns a time format function suitable to this for display tick values. Okay, and this time is what? Where do we use it? So a little bit of learning. We need something like this. Minutes and seconds. If you noticed here, they also give us a little hint. So this. I can see multiple tick labels on the y-axis with this format. So format. Tick format. Run approximately count representatives values for the domain. If count is not specified, it defaults to 10. The return tick values are uniformly spaced. Right. If specifier uses the format type as tick format. Ticks map. So we create the scale, the domain and range, and then the ticks. Just like that. Okay. Tick format. Let's see. Where do we pass in this? Well, I guess Sometimes documentation is so hard. Time. What is time? Scale time. It returns a time x. Let's try something. Where were we? Okay, y scale. Axis. No. Go back. Time ticks. Scale format. So is this format function, but where do we put it? I want to see an example. Format. Tick format. So we get the ticks and tick format, and then ticks map ticks format. Alright, let's try to use this and see what happens. Underneath our scale, right? So yeah, scale linear. Alright, we have a time scale, so that's fun. Underneath it we get a text. So y scale text. Fix that format, const, and here we should do what they said there here. Now I'm not sure if this is accurate. Did it change anything? Maybe we can just do it directly here. Pick format to be this. Okay, no, that's not right. We have a console log here. Let's remove it. So let's see. D3 format text for scale. I want some examples. Customize Xaxis. Let's see this article. Introduction. Hello Ankit. I'm fine learning. How are you? So xscale, append, transform, ticks. Changing the number of ticks. Okay, we want 3 ticks. Okay, so that changes ticks values. We can pass in whatever values we want. Ticks format. Oh, axis generator, tick format, D3 format, like that. Oh, okay, so let's use this. Doping in pro cycling should be a straight line at the top of the chart, says. Oh, there. Let's see. I'm not sure what you mean. Awesome, Ankit, good news. Now let's see, axis generator. So here we need y-axis in this case. Oops. Pick format, and we want to format like this. Oh, I understand now. Okay. Ticks and want to format this. Will this work? No. Oh. There probably is an error now. Let's see. Okay, invalid format, invalid format. So that's not good. Tick format dot 2 seconds. Tick size. This will be a way for us to learn that. Probably we should use what they use in the exam, just so we don't waste that. Let's see this one. Hey, Kujaev. Welcome. So let's find, so time format. D3 time format. Okay, so it's time format. Pick for time format. And we want axis bottom, pick format D3 format D. And Y axis left, tick format, time format. Okay, so this part. Axis left. That's interesting. So they create a time format D3 dot, and then they use it to create the x-axis, tick format, and the time format. All right. So tick format, time format. This should be up here. Const time format, and now this should go, and this should go. And we're going to use now this format. Hopefully it will work. Okay, so you can see that it shows the same thing. Oh, because I used it on the X. Alright, here. I hope you remember today I asked about your background knowledge video. Oh, yeah, I remember the question. Okay, so we get that is the same scale they use, which is great. Now, we also need to format our base here to be the years. So, let's see, time format for minutes and seconds. Min and seconds, and let's do time format for years. And now we can use this here, and I guess we can just put it down, and we can use the for year here and use %t. Was it or only d? No, so it was the format. Oh, simple format, not the time format. D. Okay, so this format. Alright, so we did that. I think this was the hardest part, so I didn't want to spend too much time trying to find out something I could probably not. So we need to format the dates. Alright, and now it's formatted. which is great. Let's see how are we going to use now the data to create small circles. Here we used a rect, so let's get all this, because we're going to use most of it. Format the data. Okay, create the graph. So SVG select all, we're going to have circles with a class of dot. Now they're going to have data x value and data y value. So data x is the tile, so that will be the 1, and data y value, which will be the 0. Now x and y's, we'll see the width. Oh, it's cx and cy and radius, which will be something. We need to see a radius const circle radius. Let's do 5 or something. I'm not sure if this should be dependent yet, so we'll have that. We won't have a height. And for now, let's just console this mouse over. So that's that. The scale, the x scale should use d1, and the y scale should use the 0. Okay, to get those properties. Nice. So that's good. One thing I see here, that this 1994 is right a little bit. Ours is exactly on this bar, which is not that great. What did they use to do just that? On the x-axis, whoa, so much stuff. Where are the axes created? And title, fill, and okay. Oh, so class x-axis, ID, transform. Alright, we have that. They append a class. What class? X-axis label, X with Y, text anchor, and here. Why is that? Well, I'm not sure what this code does. Best time in minutes. That's interesting. Alright. I still don't know how they do this part here. Do not be on the line. It must be something regarded with the axis. Range. Oh, you can see they don't use a domain, which is interesting. So let's remove our domain and see what happens. Oh, not this project. We don't need this project anymore. So yeah, probably we don't need a domain when we are just doing from min to max. They will know how to do that. Okay, so apparently not. Alright. I don't like the fact that they are here, so... Oh wait. Should be fine. Good. What else? We need a tooltip when we hover over. Well, let's actually check if we have this correct so far. What we have actually correct so far. 4 tests. Okay, my chart should have a title. Alright. Don't we have an ID title here? No. Title. Alright, so that's fixed. Should have a bar chart. No. This should be the scatter point. Oh, look at that. 11 tests already. The data X value and data Y value of each dot should be within the range of the actual data. The data X value of the dot is below the range. Expected 9070 to be at least 9090. Okay. And this is not aligned. The X values again. And we don't have a legend and a tooltip. Okay. Let's work on the legend. What should the legend do? I can see a legend containing descriptive text that has ideal legend. I see they have here no doping, riders with doping. How do they get that data from? URL. Okay. Time, place. Okay, so they get the time, the place, parsed time. Oh, and create a new date like we did. Alright. But I don't see somewhere here. Also fill. So these dots are colored somewhere. Fill. D.dopping. So they just return D and we have access to all of the data. Oh. Okay. We can do this coloring if we want. Color the doping. And this color should be a function they created. Yeah, scale ordinal. Now this is something new. D3 schema category 10. Whoa, what's this? Alright. Interesting stuff. The good part is that we are learning, so one second. All right. The legend. I don't understand the data from the legend. If we're going to add this legend, then we also need to add these colors. Otherwise, what's the legend about, right? And if we add that, then you also need to pass in the doping. Which is what? Okay. An empty string. So those who have an empty string, no doping. Oh wow. So these are all doped. Interesting. Okay. What if we just create a legend and put there, we created this project? What will happen? ID legend. Because they don't actually, I can see a legend containing descriptive text. They don't actually say what we should be have in a legend. So this graph is full. Now we should see that. Let's see, will it pass the tests for the legend? Yeah, it will. Which is great. Not exactly what they asked us, but well, we tricked the system. Let's create the tooltips. So every time we hover over, not here, here, when we hover over, we want to create a tooltip at the class, the left. Yeah, so you can see that the tooltip appears. We want the left to be what? Okay, so the CY. So D0. Left should be D0. No, left D1 actually. Was padding. Okay, then data date. No, the tooltip. Let's see. The tooltip should have the data year property that corresponds to the data x value. Okay, data year, which corresponds to data x value. So the data x value D1. Okay, the top should also be dependent on D0 plus something. Let's see for now that, and the inner text should be, for now let's just say this is a tooltip. There's kind of hacky. Yeah, it appears in the same x and y. Y D1. Oh, maybe we should use the scale. Yep, x scale and y scale, and like that. So we get, okay, you can see it appears right on the right, which is good. Maybe add some pixels, like I don't know, 20 pixels, and now it should be on the right. And on the y, maybe just retract 10 pixels. Okay, make it a little smaller. Top left, we don't need this here. Width should be 50, no, 100. Height 50. Okay, this is a tooltip. Alright, we're going to need to show more data and also do the legend here, but for now they should pass our test with the tooltip. Eventually, yeah, look at that, awesome. Now what we need is to fix these two tests, and then we can just arrange it nicely, give those colors, add some more data in the tooltip, and that will be fine. Okay, let's see why the data x value is not how they wanted it to be. Why is that? So data x is D1. So the year. Data x value of a dot is below the range of the actual data. Expected 9070. Let's see how they calculate that. Class name. Okay, for each new date. List. this dot below. Get full year 99. So it doesn't get the full year, probably. Why is that? D3 max, new date here. Let's see what's this. Console.log D3 max. Oh, what happened? Bar weight, do we have bar weight somewhere, or I removed it? Okay, so still not good. Why? Console.log. And we want D3. Oh, up to here. Okay, object.date. Let's see that date. 2000. Whoa. This 0. But not that what we want. We want the 1. So the years. To see what's the maximum value of the year. 9070. Okay, and do we have here more? Here, 2006, 2000. So what's that about? 1990, 70. Oh. Oh. I think I see. Their plot goes more. But they still don't have a domain, which is, or do they? D3 mean data, D.year -1. D year +1. Why do they do that? Interesting. They get 1 day, 1 year off, and add 1. Do they say something here? I can see multiple ticks that show the year. The X is corresponding should align with the corresponding point. Okay. For data equivalent as a full year, so data objects are acceptable. And minutes. So they don't really say something about that. Hey Ivan! You've been watching from the beginning, how nice of you. Okay, I guess we could add 1 and subtract 1, -1 and +1. Oops. Oopsie. I'm not sure why I don't align this so we can see exactly what's inside. -1 +1. New date there. So instead of doing this new date here, let's do it here. And now we should get till 2016 as they have there, and we also have this space here. Well, I'm not sure why we need to do that. There is on the project, which is odd, but apparently that's what they ask, so who am I to look at that? So with that final touch, we finished the project, which is great. It only took an hour. We used some help, which is fine, because we learned a couple things: time format, and also this -1 and +1. I still don't know why we need to do that. It's odd. Oh, probably because we couldn't see that. Interesting. What we need to do now is let's add some more data to our tooltip and put the legend here, create something similar to this. I still don't know how their color function works, so for that I'm just going to do our own color function. Okay, so we need some more data from our here. When we're mapping over, we're going to create an array. First is our convert minutes and seconds, then the year, then I want the topping, and what else they have here? The name, the year, and the topping. So let's see. The name, the year, and topping. So let's get also the air.name. Okay, and here in the tooltip, we're going to use those values. So let's create a function which will create the tooltip for us, the inner HTML for the tooltip. Create inner HTML for tooltip. Very specific function name. Alright, which will be here. We get in a D, which is the data, and we're going to return something like this. Now, the first thing, oops, let's, hey, you want to copy your data? Come on. Name, year, time, and topping. Okay, so I guess which was first? Time, name. So D3, which is the name, on year, well, I guess on year, which is D1, and we can put the time. Come on. Okay, the time will be D0, and we can put the topping name if we have, so D4, no, D2. So now hopefully we should have some Richard Veron on Friday. Okay, so this we only get full year for that. Get full year. Okay, don't like that function. D1 get full year is not. Why? That's a date. Oh, not a date. It's a date actually by default. This is not what we want. This is we want get minutes and the get minutes and the 0 get seconds. And I guess we can put it here, time, like that. A little bit of formatting. So we have the name, on, year, time, and undefined. D2 if we will have something. So how do we do that? D2 and then D2. Well, this will be also on. Right. Do we have D2? Then D2, otherwise it's an empty string. Okay, time. Don't have the doping. Why? Oh, not a double P, just one. Alright, good. Good. So we have the text there. Nice. This could be inside of a small tag. And now we need to make this box again bigger. So 200 maybe with 80. And the font size, I want it small. Do the year like this in parentheses and make the font size smaller. The font size 14 pixels. Best stream ever. Okay, if you say so. Time. We need a break here for the time and 2 more breaks. Just to push that text down. Okay, recharge, whatever, time. Confesses, I don't know what. It's centered, let's add some padding. Whoa, that's too much. And it's interesting that this is centered somehow. Oh well. Is it centered because of this? No. That's quite interesting. Let's add it inside of a p tag. So now we don't need the breaks, and this one again in the p. Okay, look at that. So now we have space. Tooltip, paragraph, margin 0. Padding z-index width, height. What if we don't set the width and height? And we allow boxes to set their own. It's still centered. Oh, okay. We have the flex thing, display block. Alright, so now that's something. Margin top 10 pixels. I don't see that margin working, probably because smaller is display inline. Okay, so display inline block. Now we should see the margin. Perfect. A little bit of margin also on the paragraphs. Okay. One more thing and then I'll go to the next one. The time I want to put it inside a strong tag. I don't know why. Good. But if we don't have then we don't need a small tag. Just put the small tag here if we have something. How are you, Ivan? Still listening? Okay. So yeah, look now. We have the small tag when there is small D2, otherwise we just show the name and the time. Alright, that should be fine. for the tooltip. Let's also add the coloring and create a legend similar to this, which looks so great. Okay, so legend. We want 2 paragraphs with 2 divs of box inside. One div that box that orange times 2. Oh, not. Alright. This will be orange, this will be blue. And this will say, let's just copy what they have here. No doping and riders, whatever. So the orange will be no doping and this will be that. Good. So we have those. Let's put the legend somewhere here inside. So the legend, give it a class. Legend. Legend should be display. Now let's position it absolute. Okay, top 0, left, right 0. Alright. Font size 12 pixels. The legend paragraph should have a margin of 5 pixels. Like that. Let's do text align right. Okay. And inside those we have the divs. Legend div with the boxes. Let's add them a width of 20 pixels, height of 20 pixels, the background color of orange, so we can see them good. And they should be display inline block, so we'll stay on the same line. Hopefully, pushing down. I don't like that, so maybe a min width of 100 pixels. Okay, the divs are inside the paragraph, which don't like. Okay, let's just color the divs differently. So the orange will be orange, and the blue will be blue. I don't like that blue, so let's, well, ocean blue, sky blue. Alright, that works, I guess. Good. Background color. Still don't want the text, so okay, then I have something else. Let's put this position relative and create the boxes to be position absolute. Alright, top 0, right 0, so they should go okay on top of that. Why they go on top of the first one? Blue the paragraph. Alright, and we should have some padding on the right of 30 pixels. On the legend we need some padding. Okay. the box legend paragraph box. Legend paragraph box. What's wrong with you? Okay, then if you don't like that, I'm going to change this to div, this to div, class of text, and then this will be text, and the boxes should go there. Good. Margin, padding, maybe some more margin. Okay, and boxes -5 pixels. Okay, that looks decent. And not so much padding on the right. 25 should be fine. Alright, now let's color these circles and we should be done. We need these ones, and on the circle we're going to have the attribute of fill, which will get the D, and it will return D of, which one is the doping 012. So D of 2, is it equal to an empty string? If it is, then we want to be orange. Otherwise we want sky blue. Alright, those are nice. Can we have stroke? Wait, something. One? Not sure if that works. They have here, let's see what they do. G text, no. Text dot data value fill. How do you add a border? That looks like a border. Can we have borders on a circle? Border, 1 pixel solid, black. Style, border. Okay. SVG circle border. Stroke black. Stroke weight 3. Okay. So stroke black. Alright, look at that. So now we have a little stroke. Maybe the radius can become 8 to make them bigger. And with that, too much. 7. And with that, we're done. Hopefully this still passes the tests. Awesome. Let's copy this and submit it, and we're done. Cool. Here I've completed this challenge. Okay. Good. Next up will be the heat map, which will be another fun one. We're probably going to learn new things. You can see here we have a tooltip, we have some data, base temperature. Okay, so it's not that easy. Alright. See you in the next video. I know that these might be a little bit boring for some of you, but we are in a quest to conquer freeCodeCamp, so we need to do all of them. And we will. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. You can join the Discord. And I'll see you in the next live stream. Bye.